Hello, welcome pen friends. Welcome to another pen allowance. I wanted to kind of bring you along as I explore these inks. What I have decided to do is I decided to subscribe to the Birmingham Pen Parcel, the one where you get the little samples. And I decided to do that for 3 months and see how it went and see, if I got, overwhelmed with too many inks to try out or whether I enjoyed it. And I'm paying $9.99 a month for you get 5 ink samples and they come in these little ink things. I'm thinking it said 4 mil. It looks more like 5 to me, but I will go ahead and link you right to the explanation so you can find out, the details, because actually they have 3 levels. You can do the samples, you can do the 30 mil bottles, or you can do something that comes with a pen and everything, so there's 3 levels, and I took the sample level. So what I thought we would do is just kind of get a close look at them here, and then I've got a bunch of paper, and I've got my trusty little Moonman glass nib pen, and I thought we'd do some writing with them, and also maybe even paint on Tomoe River, because I like for my art journal to kind of see how the inks behave on the Tomoe River paper. So I thought that might be fun. So we've got corroded tin. It kind of reminds me of a sort of a salmon color. And then a sunrise key, kind of a yellow. And then this one, golden Gazette, that gets much deeper. That's really intriguing to me. And then plum bushel, which is, wow, that's right up my alley. It looks nice and dark and saturated. And this ashtray, green, that's neat. So you get in your little box, it comes in a little box, and you get a ticket that tells you everything, and you get a nice little fountain pen paper clip, and it tells you the full name of the inks. Now I just ended up abbreviating it by what they have on the ink sample. Like this one says corroded tin, so that's what I wrote, because they're pretty long names. And it has some history on this paper, which I really love. This is really neat. So let's just dive right in. It's going to get a little messy, but we'll put this aside. And I've kind of got them in the order I want to go, but we'll see if I can push them back there, just so that I keep it with what I have on there. I think I'm going to start with Tomoe River paper, because I really enjoy getting a paintbrush out and starting that way. And then we'll just dip in. We'll just dip in each one. So we'll start with the corroded tin. It's funny, when I think of corroded tin, still I'm not quite thinking of that color, but that's because I'm thinking of maybe darker rust. But who knows what this will look like when we get it down on paper. Again, the watercolor paper, you never know. It can look different on there. So I just like to do this, and of course it's going to take time to dry. Lay it on there pretty good, and just, there we go. We'll get it over here too so we can have a glimpse of it. And then I'll go ahead and I'll dip and see what we can do. I really like this pen. It certainly is nice for testing inks like this. Just one little dip, and I usually go ahead and just kind of start it on the little paper background there. Okay, so this is, well, they're all Birmingham. I'm not going to write that, so I'm just going to write the name. Okay, I didn't expect that. That looks even more than a medium nib. Corroded tin. Okay. Now I guess we'll just do our usual sentence. Huh. Nice. What? I misspelled. Lazy dog. Whoops. Okay, now as you know, when you very first start writing with a glass nib, you're going to get that really dark and thick patch of ink, but it starts to look like I think it's going to look as we go along. That's nice. That actually, you see how it looks lighter on the watercolor paper. So that's something to consider, that we always have to see it in a nib, of course. Oh, I like that. Okay, so then it's so easy because I just literally just put the nib in there like that and and then wipe it off. It's still got a little bit of Noodler's Rome burning, but it's actually pretty, so I haven't like taken the hardcore chemicals to it yet to try to get rid of it. It hasn't really bothered me. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to Sunrise Key. That is kind of a yellow. Let's see what happens when we get it on the Tomoe River paper. Of course, this first one's still drying. I really like it as it dries. You can really see what it's going to do on Tomoe River paper. It just showcases the ink so well. Okay. Huh. Well, that's interesting. Cool. Okay. It's kind of a off yellow, shall we say? Okay. We'll go ahead and dip it before we get it capped. Maybe that is 4 mil. I'm thinking that's what it's supposed to be. I know they sell 5 mil samples, so I get a little confused. Oh, well, that's interesting. That's much darker. Okay, so this is Sunrise. I can kind of see my lines through there. Sunrise Key. Huh. Oh, that's much more interesting than I thought. I would have probably quickly written it off as too light for me. Quick brown fox. Jumps over the lazy dog. Interesting. Oh, I'd like to see this in the Yowo broad nib. I think this would really be pretty. I have a pen friend who would probably really like this one. Okay, so that's pretty much what I wanted to do, just to get a good look at it. And then again, it's so quick and easy to use this pen. There, all right. So now we're getting into the darker ones because the next one is Golden Gazette, and I like the looks of that. It makes me think of something, but I can't think what. And not anything bad. I don't mean it that way at all. It does. It actually makes me either think of a flower or something. So let's see. I thought this might be a good one. Now, I got all kinds of other paper out, but then I thought, you know, it's really Tomoe River paper that I actually hang these up above my desk when I oh, that is nice. I just like that color. I'm surprised that is not in my wheelhouse at all. I wouldn't. Oh, wow. Look what it did to the water. Kind of turned it a bright color. Whoops, I forgot to dip. Okay. Yeah, this is nice. This is very unique. Although, I think I've seen one by J.R. Bond, either Buttercup or something. It's coming to mind. I know I've got a sample of another ink that's similar to this one. Okay, let's see. We're talking about Golden Gazette. Oh, I didn't even try to write some of that off. Oh, well. Golden Gazette. Okay, the quick brown. Oh, I like this. This is one of the things I do like about these kinds of subscriptions. I would not purchase this ink. I wouldn't. But, you know, when you get the surprises and you learn that you like something you didn't even know you would have liked, that's kind of fun. It helps me kind of try new things. Over the lace. Oh, this is just really nice. You know, and as we go along, I start to see what it would look like in a typical medium nib that I would use, because I typically don't use the finer medium nibs. I use, you know, like the Yowos and the German ones instead of like Pilot. Oh, I just I just dirtied my secondary water right quick there. I like that. Let me hold that up. That's pretty. That's really, and it's really pretty in the swatch too, I think. So, you know, I need my head examined for doing anything that causes me to bring more ink into the house. But I'm crazy about the Birmingham inks. They behave so well. They flow well. They're usually really good saturation, and they clean out of the pen so good. And so there's just something about them. And I decided to at least try it for 3 months. So this is Plum Bushel. This is this kind of dusty, darker, kind of a purpley. Oh boy, can't wait to see that. See what we get here. I think my husband's working in the other room, and I'm sure the microphone picked up that. Okay. Our shredder's broken, so I think he's doing some hand paper tearing and cutting and stuff. Okay, so right at this moment, it looks super dark. Let's see. Yeah, it's got to dry, or it's not going to really show us. Let's get it down here, because you know what happened the other time on the ink flight. We can see it better down on that white paper. It gives us a little bit more accurate. Well, how about we dip? Get that in there. Huh, this is fun. This is actually, maybe this is how I should do the next ink flight too. I should do the panel ahead of time and then do something on Tomoe River, and then I'd be showing you 2 different. Whoa, okay, that's really saturated and it's falling off the nib. Let's see how it does with the sentence here. Okay, Plum Bushel. I like that name. Bushel. Let me read what that says. Okay, there's a word I can't pronounce. It's something about a wharf. Plum Bushel, constructed in 1825, the Mon Wharf was built near Pittsburgh's Point along the River, along the river, as a critical access point for the transportation of people and cargo in and out of the city. I love that he puts the history, you know, what the ink was named after. That is so cool. Okay. All right, I'm looking forward to that kind of thinning out a little so we can see the color better. Right now, I'm sure you're seeing it really dark. A quick, I botched that. A quick brown box. I haven't yet written pen pal letters with this pen. I've used it mainly just to test multiple inks like this. And I use it in my normal ink profiles just to give kind of a medium nib approximation. Okay, there, it's starting to look like it will kind of in a nib. So let's do some L's or something. Oh, I really like this. It's dark, but it's gorgeous. And it's starting to dry over here on the Tomoe River paper. It's still kind of shiny though. It's giving you kind of a, I like that. I really do. I can just kind of picture that. Still coming off the nib. That's pretty good for that much writing, I think. I have been super happy with this pen. I ordered it off of eBay, and it was under 20. I can't remember exactly how much it was, but okay, let's do the final one for this one, which is this ashtray. And it is a green, and it looks so interesting. Let's see what they say about that. Originally due to a printer's error, which removed the H from Pittsburgh, the city was intermittently spelled both with and without the letter. Oh, huh. Through the 1800s. In 1890, the U.S. government officially changed the name to Pittsburgh, but 21 years later was reversed back to the original and current spelling. After public outcry. Say the name out loud if you don't get it immediately. Oh dear, I don't like jokes because I don't know. I'm sure I'm not going to get it. So, okay. Oh, maybe I get it. Okay, we'll just keep going. Okay, let's see this green coming off a paintbrush first. Ooh, I don't want to spill it. These are pretty full. Okay, so if you could see that. Let me go ahead and go over here and get, whoops. Just bumped everything. Yeah, I could see the ashtray name. It quickly kind of looks a little sooty, the color, but it's pretty. It's quite unusual. Let's see here. Whoop, nope, we got a dip. Okay, here we go. Doesn't take much and it's ready to go. Okay, that was plum bushel, and there is ashtray. Okay, I want to write a little bit of it. Oh, that's pretty. That is just pretty. I'm going to have to be able to spell that. A-I-T-C-H, ashtray. Huh, neat. The quick. Brown fox. Jumps over. Lazy dog. Okay, we got it down. And I do start to see that green. Starts to lighten up a little. Right about in here. It starts to look like I think it will look. Huh. Nice. Yeah, again, a little hard to show on camera, but that's pretty neat. Okay, I got a lot of surprises in this because, and this is the thing, I have a bias. I always think, that's why I have like a gazillion purple and a trillion blue inks. And then I hadn't had very many green inks until I started reviewing inks and realizing, oh, I actually really like green, and there's a lot of interesting greens. But I really was surprised. First, I was surprised that this looked as nice in the nib. The corroded tin, I thought, ugh. But then when I saw it in the nib, I like it. I like it a lot. And in this one, well, this one didn't really surprise me. This did because it was darker than I thought it would be. It almost goes toward a light green, kind of, when actually it's, what do they call it? Sunrise Key, and it looks a little more yellow on the watercolor paper, so it's probably going to just vary depending on the paper, I guess. But that is really pretty. That's almost like a muted orange. I mean, in the nib, on Tomoe River paper, of course, we have to be specific. That's why in my normal ink profiles, I do much more testing on different papers. And these need to dry. But I just thought I'd bring you along and also just bring up the subject of the fact that I did decide to do this. So right now it's late April 2019, and so at least for April, May, and June, I'm going to try this and see how it goes. So far, so good. He mailed it out. It came really quickly. I think they're mailed out by the 4th of the month, so it came in almost right on the heels of the ink flight. So I ended up with 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 new inks to try out. And I kind of did this back in the background. I didn't do a video when I did the panel. I just decided I wanted to handle them a little bit differently. So hopefully you enjoyed this. And if you're like me and if you've had any experience with the Birmingham inks, they're really, really good. I can just say that I trust the brand. I like the inks, and these are some really interesting ones. So I will see you back here on the next video, and I hope you're having a great day. Bye for now.